What's going on, guys? And in this video I will be taking a look at the KTM 450 EXC Nighthawk Edition. And well, the reason for this is, well, I actually finally just unlocked this thing today. If you're wondering how to unlock it, you have to go over to the motor pass here, and you unfortunately do need to own the motor pass for this. But luckily the vehicles in this motor pass are actually pretty awesome, and this one actually seems pretty cool. You got vehicles and actually free parts that you see right there. So it's pretty awesome overall. But you have to hit level 33 in the motor pass to unlock it. Then after that, you can immediately start using it, and this is considered a motocross vehicle, which is pretty cool because it does fit into the new category of, well, stunt races in the game, and it probably does a really good job. So I will be testing that out in one of the races in a little while. But anyway, let's take a quick look at it. So I am obviously running the Nitro Chemist set. This is the Bender and Graceful set. This is the new one that was actually in the Summit recently. Looking forward to test this thing out a little bit, honestly. Pretty crazy. Anyway, when it comes to look at the bike, it honestly looks pretty awesome. Headlights look unique there. It kind of reminds me of like a 790 Duke a little bit with like off-road tires on it. But honestly, it does look pretty cool. When it comes to customization, there's not a whole lot you can do to it. I mean, you could do some colors to it, but honestly, I don't really like how the colors look. Look kind of weird to me. It's probably not going to do any colors, and then no visual part or livery, so pretty much keep the bike as is. You can put some vanity smokes and stuff on it that you do own. Some nitrous stuff, and that's pretty much all here. But besides that, that's pretty much it. Underglows and whatever really you own there. Why don't we go test drive it? Alright guys, arriving outside with the new Nighthawk Edition. So obviously, how does it look? Well, it honestly looks pretty awesome, not gonna lie. When it comes to sound, sounds pretty much like the motocross bikes, probably because it, well, is the dirt bike with like a special little body kit thing on it. It does look pretty awesome overall. Let's go drive it a little bit before we jump into that mission. So it seems the speed on it is pretty much like the other motocross bikes. Does a little over 100 miles an hour. Handles pretty well. Honestly, for the looks alone on this thing's pretty awesome. I would just use it for that, honestly. It seems to wheelie pretty easily as well. I noticed some of the other bikes might struggle a little bit. This thing will pop right up, as you guys will see there. That's pretty much it, guys, when it comes to showing it off a little bit. I mean, you can drive it around a little bit and test it out, but it handles very similar to the motocross bikes, obviously. So now I'm going to jump right into the Boneyard motocross race right now and test it out on this. Alright, guys, so we are arriving in the race now. So like I said, I'm just going to go through this mission real fast, talk about the bike a little bit. And that's pretty much it, to see how it does here. So we know how these races, well, are new to the game. And seeing how they fit into the game, honestly, is pretty... I mean, they're pretty cool, honestly. Kind of weird. It seems like you need people to do them with to get the best score possible, which is fine, I guess, but if you don't really have anybody to do them with, you're going to be doing a lot of wheeling, which could be a little annoying to some people. This thing, like I said, does wheelie pretty easily. Besides that, let's go test it out now in this area, see how long I can hold the wheelie for with it. The dirt bikes seem to hold wheelies really easily, so this is obviously one of the dirt bikes, just with like pretty much a different body on it. So I have noticed that with the new bike, is this thing seems to hold wheelies really easily. Some of the motocross bikes are kind of weird at times with them, but this thing can just wheelie all day. I mean, my goodness, it's not even struggling at all. A lot of the bikes I noticed normally do wheelies in third gear. This one seems to hold better in fourth. You can literally just hold it in fourth the whole time with no issues. Nice wheelie to backflip there. We all know most of these challenges require wheelies, and well, this thing seems to be doing a really good job. Like I said, it looks pretty cool. I figured, oh, let me go in first person, actually. So like I said, it's pretty much just the KTM dirt bike, just like a body on it, but it is a really cool looking bike, honestly. It's kind of, in ways, it seems better than the regular motocross bike to me. I'd have to test it on a track, which I could also do that, actually. I'm going to do that right after this as well, put that in the video. See how this thing does on a track. Not be a bad idea. So, honestly, so far from riding it a little bit, I mean, this thing does wheelies really good. Definitely a good competitor in these missions. Looking forward to when one of these are in the Summit again, so I can actually test it out. It pops up really easily in third to fourth gear. If anybody is also wondering how to get this thing unlocked quickly, well, the best way to do it is to do the weekly challenges, honestly. And, well, they're pretty easy. Some of them might be a little stupid. I try to go for the easy ones. Some of them that require like some streaming or like crew members. I normally avoid those mainly because I'm a solo player. I go after the ones that I can do. Not too bad. If you're looking to go after this bike though, I highly recommend it. From the looks alone, this thing can hold wheelies really easily, which is kind of crazy to me. The other KTM bike does it too, but this thing seems to pop up easier in 4th gear. It doesn't seem like it struggles as much. You gotta like kind of slam the brake on those at times, just let them wheelie, and this thing will just hold it. No issues at all. You can adjust the settings as well on the bike, guys. If you guys are wondering to adjust the like how fast you can spin, there's ways to fix that a little bit in the settings. For me, I normally don't do too many flips with these, so it really doesn't bother me too much. But if you're looking to get like a lot of flips in on these challenges, probably gonna want to do that. This thing can actually wheelie with nitrous. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I was wheeling in 6th gear with nitrous. The dirt bikes definitely could. The other dirt bikes definitely could not do that. Man, look at that. That's pretty crazy. If you guys are looking to get one of these bikes, I highly recommend going after this bike for real. Motocross bikes are not used too often in this game, honestly. I don't really see them used too much. Mainly because, well, they're not really needed for anything unless you like riding them around. They're normally not in the summits too often, which does make sense, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens in the future with them. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for one of the little stunt race here. Not even trying too hard, and I got over 66,000 points. So let's go do a little motocross race now and test it out there. Alright, guys, we are in the race now. Now I'm doing the Mount Washington race just because I used to like doing this race. This was actually the race I farmed originally for my first chemist set on these bikes. So I figured I would do this just to test this thing out. So I do have it on Ace just cause, and well, let's see how these things do. This bike's kind of cool, honestly. I'm kind of digging it a little bit. Kind of fun to ride so far. Seems like it's doing very well on the track already. We all know how these tracks can definitely pop up in summits more often, so it's cool to see another bike we can run in them. That is, if it's no restriction or KTM, I'm sure this bike will be able to be used. So far the bike's handling very well, and by the way, I have not touched the settings on this, so I'll just show you guys the settings I have on it. Seems like it's doing a very good job at handling, not sliding too much or being wonky. I do like what they did with the motocross bikes. I did mention that in the video where I actually reviewed the bikes for the best set and all that. Very nice to see what they've done with the handling on them, because we can all agree that they were kind of weird before, and I wasn't a big fan of them. So far, driving this thing a little bit on this track, I'm well testing it out here. It's actually doing a very nice job, and I'm actually kind of impressed with it so far. If you guys are looking to use this on a track that I would not use the bender set on here that I have right now, I would recommend trying to get ventilated and pure just for more power. And because you're jumping the whole time, it'd be better to have ventilated on there because your nitrous will always fill up really fast, which is a good thing to have in these races. Wow, this thing's pretty awesome. So it's handling, like I said, it's handling well. Speed's really good. When it comes to speed, I have noticed it's basically just like the motocross bikes, obviously because it is one. But it does have, well, looks at least going for it, I have to say. I mean, it looks really cool. It's unique. I like how the exhaust look on there. I like how the body kit looks. Like I said, it looks kind of like a 690, 790 Duke, kind of, a little bit to me, which is pretty cool. It'd be cool if they had one of those bikes in the game, wouldn't it? Or an updated Duke. Anyway, get off topic. But, yeah, guys, I gotta give it a pretty good review so far. I mean, it is definitely a cool-looking bike. It handles good. It's quick. It would pretty much be another vehicle you can use in the motocross class. It doesn't seem overpowered to me at all. It just seems like a new vehicle that can be used in this class and will mix things up a little bit for the game. Thank you guys so much for watching.